Hello, welcome to Aberone's Armorial. Today I'm going to be talking about some various books and resources that you can find if you're looking for information on heraldry, mainly geared towards British and Scots heraldry, but overall there are some good resources here. If you're looking for a basic guide, if you're just starting out, I would recommend finding this book. It's called Basic Heraldry, appropriately enough. It is by Stephen Friar and John Ferguson. That's the title there. And it's a pretty much all-around good guide to the beginnings of heraldry. Talks about the origins, talks about attributed arms, talks about some medieval heraldry, has some lovely examples of old seals and signets, nice color plates. I absolutely love the color plates in here. And they've chosen some different arms from the UK, from Canada, from America, all around different places, just to really show some diversity of heraldry. So that's a really good basic book to start with. Other books I would recommend if you're looking for basically the Bible on heraldry, I would recommend The Complete Guide to Heraldry by Sir Arthur Charles Fox Davies. And anybody who has studied into the heraldic world or briefly looked into it, you have probably heard the name of A.C. Fox Davies. This book is black and white mostly, but it has literally everything you can think of is about heraldry is in this book. You can find these books for a decent price. They usually run about $40 online if you can find it. It's an older book, but Amazon did a reprint of them. If you are looking for a photo facsimile, they have those. They've also inserted some colored plates into it, which are kind of nice here. So, A Complete Guide to Heraldry by Arthur Charles Fox Davies, another great intro book. Another book, if you're looking for more of the Scottish side of things, is Scottish Clan and Family Encyclopedia by George Way of Plean and the late Romilly Squire of Rubislaw. For those of you who don't know, George Way of Plean is the current Carrick Pursuivant of Arms. He was the procurer fiscal for the Court of Old Lion when he wrote this book, but this book has a little more interesting and niche things. There's chapters on Scots heraldry, clan law, some of the different traditions of the clans that go back to the more Gallic stuff. And then there's pages on each clan and on every Armigerous family that is currently listed in the Rolls of Lord Lion. Doesn't have as many pictures, but it has a lot of blazons and writings and such, so if you need some basic history on clans or you need some basic guides for trying to find their info, that is one I can suggest there. The next author I would generally advise you to look out for is Robert Gayre of Gayre and Nigg. Gayre is an older author, he's now passed, but he wrote some books that are a little more niche. His probably most famous book is Heraldic Standards. Beautiful red-bound book, but it has chapters for every single kind of heraldic flag. Pennons, lance pennons, streamers, gonflannons, personal banners, guidons, standards, everything is in this book. And anything you'd want to know about designing them is also here as well. There are also several color plates in the back and in the front of this book. I can show you a couple real quick. Right here. This one shows a variety of pennons and streamers. So, another book, Heraldic Standards by Gayre. Gayre also wrote a couple other books. Two that I have here are The Nature of Arms, which is a great book that I can't recommend more, and also Heraldic Cadency, which is all about cadet differencing, which is really nice if you're interested in the topic. It is kind of confusing, but there's some lovely charts in here and stuff about how the English system works and how other systems around the world also work. So those are a couple of books I would recommend on that subject. Now, there are some other books that I can recommend that are a little more on the rare end of the spectrum. The first one that I would recommend trying to find is this. It's called The Dictionary of Heraldry by Joseph Foster. This book was originally published in, I want to say, 1902. It was published in 1902, and it is mostly medieval work, so medieval seals. It also has a roll of arms of most of the knights in the British Isles from the 11 up through the 1600s. But there is some beautiful work in here. Absolutely stunning. For example, this one shows one of the king's standards and things like that. Most of the shields are full color. They also have some really great lineages here. This one is the lineage of King Edward VII. Sorry if there's papers coming out the bottom. There's some research that has been tucked in the pages here. There are some lovely examples of giant quarterings, that sort of thing. So, really interesting resource, kind of niche. It's more of one just to look at. But if you're trying to research past individuals, especially medieval arms, this is a good resource because it has a lot of the differencing and the other children of famous knights and such. And the last book that I can recommend is a big one. And when I say big one, I mean this thing is huge. It's The Art of Heraldry and an Encyclopedia of Armory, another one by Fox Davies, but as you can see, and sorry, it is kind of heavy to lift up, there are some lovely etchings in here, but this one also covers most, if not every topic in heraldry. So I hope this was informative. The other spot I would recommend is looking online, mainly at the Court of Lord Lyon, the College of Arms website. There are some really good Facebook groups out there too. Heraldry Society is good. International Heraldry Society is also pretty good as well. There's an Ecclesiastical Heraldry Facebook group. There is the Heraldry subreddit and Discord server as well. Those guys there are amazing too. So I hope that was informative. If you ever have any questions, remember, comments are always open, email is always open, and please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.